Hello, class. As per the curriculum, we are to study warfare and the weaponry with which it is fought. Today, we'll be looking at plasma weapons and their history. Plasma weapons first came about from the Terrans pre-FDL in their year 1900, first accepted into service in 1911. For reference, this was 250 of our standard revolutions ago. At the time, they were incredibly primitive and simply called flamethrowers, though more accurate terminology would be a plasma thrower. Beginning with large tanks of combustibles, and only having a range of 30 common lengths, about 40 meters for the Terrans in class, they proved to be very effective at dealing with fortifications. It is with its continued use, however, that it was decided they were too imprecise to be used anywhere there could be non-combatants. This is to say, they would not be using it in populated areas and strictly low population regions like forests. About 150 of their years later, when the Terrans first began space combat between planetary nations, the humble flamethrower saw new purpose. Tell me, class, why is it that fire is dangerous in Zero-G? Because the heat and flames expand in all directions, and the flow becomes unpredictable. Correct, mostly. There is one thing you are forgetting. Heat is very difficult to dissipate in space, requiring radiators which cannot be opened during combat. The Terrans, having a good idea of thermodynamics at this point, realized this and understood they could quickly end battles via setting enemy ships on fire with self-oxidizing flames. Now, their humble flamethrowers still had the issue with range. This led to the creation of hypergolic thermite torpedoes that would be fired at and subsequently coat ships in hypergolic fuels and thermite, as the name suggests. Now, armed with the knowledge they had, the Terrans then sought to change ground warfare as well. Interestingly, development in cutting tools helped. Imagine a cutting torch using acetylene and oxygen, and you'll be halfway to understanding how their plasma weapons work. Turns out, the surface tension of particles can still hold to each other, even when highly energized. This just requires a precisely cut barrel to rotate the plasma in such a way as to maintain that cohesion. For fans of kinetics, this cutting is very similar to rifling, used to stabilize bullets. These technological advances then lead to the plasma lance, a rifle-type weapon that takes the term firearm literally, and has a range of 300 meters. It may not be a long distance, but do note that most small arms engagements happen at about 200 meters distance. As for every plasma weapon after that, it's the same concept as the plasma lance, but different scales or more precise shaping. The Terran Army's plasma cannon is a great example of this, having a range of 1,500 meters and capable of cutting most armors with ease. Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for class today. Be sure to do your readings. There's a test in 3 comrades.